Welcome back, class. I'm Matt, your guide here on Whycalibur, and we're about to starve to death in the Banner Saga. Join us, won't you? We should make a camp so that we can use some of our renown to level up our heroes. So we can at least pretend to be competent enough to win this game. How are you doing? Rank 5. Way better than any of us, so you can have... What's this do? 2 strength deflected, plus 2 drawing aggro, don't want that. Plus 1 armor per turn, plus 3 armor break. That's not too much use. I guess you can have that for now. Rook. Should we finally promote you to rank 4 Hunter? Or Oddleaf to rank 3 Sky Striker? Or... let's see who else is ready to promote. Trigavy. 10. I guess we should need to promote him. Alrighty. Good, good. And that's everything. Don't have enough renown to do anything more, so that's that. Krumer, I don't think you need this item anymore. Oh wait, can I actually afford to promote you? I can. And you've got Trigavy's necklace, which you probably should not be wearing because you're not Trigavy. But we'll give you this nice item to give you some extra aggro strength, I guess. And you can have your item back. Okay. Normal morale, we'll take a day of rest even though that means we'll starve to death 1 day sooner, and let's get moving along. See where the Banner Saga takes us next, other than starving to death. I bet we'll lose half our supplies in some dumb freak accident too. 3 more days. That means we'll start starving 2 days before we get to our location. Trail of blood leads to a clearing where you find a large wounded Varl. He's gnawing on his shield, swearing at no one particular, occasionally slamming his cudgel on the ground. If not for the heavy bleeding, you'd leave this one alone without a second thought. Try to have healers tend to his wounds. 2 women cautiously step towards the giant with a few poultices. As one gently locates the bleeding wound, the Varl's eyes widen and he slams her to the ground. Managed to kill the other healer with his weapon before your warriors cut him down. Others say nothing as he wardens to return to the caravan. Yep, just don't ever try to help anyone in this game. I think that's the message that we need to have. Never help anybody. Never do anything nice. My daughter marries Ragni or no one. That reed-thin tramp you call a daughter won't provide sons. The insulted mother bares her teeth ready to attack. Explain yourselves. Ragni chooses my daughter on his own, the insulted mother says. But this one thinks I have something to do with it. Launching forward, the first woman flails wildly, shouting, "Liar!" The women are separated and eventually calm down, but you worry that this is far from over. What a dumb thing to be arguing about at a time like this. We're all going to starve to death in 24 hours. I have a cart, I can hear it. You slow to get a better view of us and spy a small caravan of Varl. Eventually they catch up. Who's in the caravan? Oh, Ubin! Greetings, Ivor. It's been quite a while since we talked, hasn't it? I know you. Ubin? Never imagined you to be one to defy the king. What made you leave? Someone had to. What do you mean? Bellower is heading this way. Already? How is that possible? Your Varl from Wormtoe showed up around the back of Einertoft, the long way. Bellower and his army chased them across the summer path, they said. Past Wormtoe? It doesn't make sense. Bellower was at the bridge. Must have doubled back after that serpent appeared. While he fought on the bridge, he led half his forces around to approach Einertoft from behind. Attack on the bridge with a feint? Don't let anyone tell you Dredge aren't clever. Einertoft will fall within a day. Maybe not. He's following you. I thought one of you might know why. exchange nervous glances, but nobody speaks up. Must be me, then. Is there something I don't know? It's quite a grudge he's holding if he's coming for you, Ivor. It doesn't matter. Our only chance is to get to Sigurholm. Juno will know what to do. We'll join you. I bring supplies and warriors, and my friend Gunnulf here bears a heavy sword. I believe he'd be happy to swing it for you. I got plus 30 supplies. I think we're still going to starve to death before we get where we're going. I got some renown. 15 of it. Let's camp. Rearrange our heroes a little bit. There's Gunnulf. Let's have a chat. Don't talk much, do you? He approached the massive green-clad Varl, who was sitting quietly by himself, eating bread. So? Just wanted to know why anyone who can cleave a dredge in two like that is a little better. My eyes. Just wanted to know anyone who can cleave a dredge in two like that a little better. I'm Rook. Want to know? Who asked me to chop a dredge in two, I chop him. You like that sword, huh? No. I love this sword. Given to me by old Skirmir himself. When I start working for Reuben, he says, I protect the king's collection, I protect the king. Philip makes an expression somewhere between pain and frustration. I couldn't save it, though. Makes a hand motion like an object falling from a tall height and exploding. Mattered a lot at the time. I think it doesn't matter now. Skirmir is dead anyway. Traveled with Uben for long? Yes, long time. When I was young, I fight for another Varl. It did not work out. But I learned to swing a sword. Uben pays well and gives me plenty of things to kill. To be honest, maybe too many things these days. But I'll let you finish your meal. Want to be friends with Gunnulf, Rook? He pops the last hunk of bread into his mouth. Keep food in the cart. Alright, take a look at our heroes. Now we've got Gunnulf, finally. We can use him. He's quite useful. More so than Mogan, I would say. I've still got Ivor. What's he like now? He's only got the one arm. I bet that's going to be funny with the way the art's done in this game. Oh, he's still got 2 points available on him. Interesting. Cancel. Alright, so he's rank 3, is he? Ekkel, Trigavy, Gunnulf. Wow, we could promote Gunnulf. Well, no, we couldn't because we don't have enough Hexp. But he's rank 4 already, which is pretty good. We should give him one of those items. What's this one? The Sundering one? Plus 3 armor break. Yeah, that'll do for now. Are you ready to level up? 10? Sure. And we'll give you an extra strength here, and an extra... whatever, we'll just max that out. Actually, no, we won't. That's what we'll do. And you're fairly close to leveling up as well. You're rank 3. Alright, so that's our team for now. Let's move on. Actually, let's take a day of rest to improve morale. No, that didn't work. Alright, let's move on. Hopefully that didn't screw me. It probably did, though. Knowing me and how every choice I make is bad in this game, yeah, that probably screwed me. Day 100 is coming up next. Caravan stops at a split in the road. Ahead, the path leading to Sigurholm veers off into the hills, which are now swimming with familiar black shapes. Dredge that way too? Grimaces Avond. The summer path leads straight to Sigurholm, while taking a main road will add several days. They're every way by now, replies Uben. I suggest we go around, past Hoaxstorm. Let's go see how dangerous summer path looks, start cutting a path through the dredge, go around past Hoaxstorm. Scouts. Send 2 scouts, only 1 returns. I'll put it this way, he says. We're not getting through that way. It's like they're emerging from the rock itself. Alright, take the main road. I hate to say it, you tell Ivan, but I'm not willing to walk in the swarms of dredge anymore. Juno will have to wait. Turn towards the long road around Hoaxstorp instead, hoping you've saved lives in the process. We probably haven't. knowing my luck. Is that where we're going, though? Please tell me that's where we're going, so that we only starve a little bit. Nope. We're gonna super starve. May as well level up one of our heroes while we can afford it. Not you. We can't afford to level you up. Rook, though, I think we can... Nope, nope, never mind. I thought we could. What are you carrying? You don't need that. Maybe the aggro one instead. That's your job, after all. We promote you to level 3. Alrighty. Give you this one. And we can put you into the party somewhere. There you go. Alright, let's go starve to death. It is our destiny to do so. The words of a mother's song reach you. It's soothing, nuanced, and about your current journey. When she finishes, a man begins a tale of his own in verse. The woman quickly responds with another poem. The entire caravan slows to listen to the entertaining competition. Join in with a verse of your own. The whole caravan is shocked when the first line of your poem rings out. You mimic both contestants, adding your own spin on their tales. At last, you umber the joke at your own expense, and the peasants wildly applaud. What, that's not worth some renown? Come on. I guess it boosted morale, so that's good. I'll take it. You enter a village of miners who want to know what has been happening recently between the rumblings of the quake and the sightings of Dredge in the distance. As you look around, you see a lot of elderly and children, and know that these people will only be more mouths to feed. We can't afford any more people. The words stick in your throat when you tell the townspeople you won't be able to take any more into the caravan. They look disappointed but understand, planning to hold out as long as they can. Buy us one more day. Bunch of stuff we can't afford. Let's go. One more day of not starving to death at the cost of an entire village worth of people. Good old the banner saga. Look at that! Shouts one of your clansmen. The caravan stops to watch Dredge pooling into the village you just passed through. I hope anyone who stayed behind gets out alive, says Alette, but you have your doubts. They're coming, says Ivor, pointing out a line of Dredge leaving the village and marching toward you. As you watch, the Dredge in front falls over, and the one behind it falls as well. You hear a twang to your left. Nid, the archery student of Oddleaves, who you recall deftly shooting at snow rabbits, is firing arrows down the hill. Another Dredge topples. That's incredible, says Oddleaf, squinting. But we should get out of here. Hold on, let her do a few more. The next shot bounces off a Dredge's armor, but the one after that doesn't, and Colossus falls to a knee. Another Dredge goes down before you get moving again. Why don't you come along next time you want to try out that bow? You tell Nid, who nods with a smile on her face. So I guess she's in our party now? That's nice. Alright, one more day. A scout returns with a nearly frozen child. I almost stepped on her in the snow. It looks like she must have been running from something, he says. Patches of blue model her pale skin, but her chest rises and falls ever so slightly. Even just carrying her along could kill her in a state like this, says a woman. We could be in danger here, points out another. Keep moving, we'll let the healers tend to her. You just rub the girl's arms and legs. An hour later, one healer approaches you, says nothing, only shakes her head. Yep. Sorry guys. I can't afford to stop, and we're out of supplies. Now. Good stuff. Interesting. And they should all come into place. Ka-chunk, ka-chunk. The Godstone of Dunder passes around you. With frozen climates here, it looks like the rock has split and is falling apart, held together only by the deep snow. Curiously, when standing between the stones, the wind drops off completely, picking up again once you pass through. I almost wonder if we should rest here for the night, says Ivor, who seems to have noticed the same thing. All the snow around it, Dredge might not even be able to find us. I guess we'll stay here overnight. You walk around camp before settling in. Along each strand of Dunder's massive beard is carved a different part of his story, and you turn your head to and fro to read it. While the Loom Mother was the first to create, she soon found a counterpart in Dunder, who embodied her ideals in a masculine form. Dunder took some of her creations, gave them beards, and showed them the secrets of smithing, though many remember him just as fondly for teaching them games of songs of mirth. As the camp settles in, you notice a group of boys huddled around something. They show you an offering box carved into the Godstone itself. The box is an elaborate construction of interlocking pieces which slide around when touched. We can't get it open, they tell you. It's like a puzzle. Boys take turns working out the puzzle and give you tips when it's your turn, though you don't seem to make much progress. Eventually they leave to sleep until it's just you and a couple of other determined youngsters. Keep working. It's hard to know how long you spend sliding around. When people begin emerging from their tents, you know you're in trouble, exhausted from a long sleepless night. Worse still, the box remains closed as you shuffle warily along with the leaving caravan. So never try anything interesting, never help anybody, and never do anything nice. That's how to win the banner, Saga. We're gonna lose a bunch more people before we get here. And we have no renown. So we can't buy more supplies. Post a few extra guards to watch the supplies. You hear a few people casually point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. As we slowly starve to death, we come to a stop in Hogstorp, where we won't be able to buy any more new supplies anyway. That's what I get for leveling someone up instead of buying supplies. That looks like a dead town, remarks Ivor, confirming your impressions. There's usually survivors, there's no time, keep moving. We've had enough problems for one lifetime, you say. We don't need to go looking for them. Probably the better decision, replies Ivor. Are we ever going to get where we're going? Before our entire party dies, no encouragement or tales of glory will lift the spirits of the caravan. In the north, we have times like this, says one of the Varl. The other giants grin, raising tankards and horns of mead. Skål! They shout and make short work of their drinks, explaining that each person takes a drink when someone tells a story that is more miserable than the last. Others join them for a second round and mead is passed your way. Join the giants. Taking the mead, you shout, Skål! Crowd cheers and laughter echoes through the camp for hours as each person comes up with increasingly more absurd stories of woe. The Varl's remedy is a success, and the caravan is in a much better mood the following day, albeit hungover and with much less mead than before. Yay, our morale's only weak, though it's going to go back to poor as we keep dying. 7 clansmen, 5 fighters, and 1 Varl. Are we almost there yet? I really don't care about these Godstones. Everyone we've come to has been a horrible mistake. The Godstone for Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. I pursue some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. Should we be worried about that? You ask Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Still, it couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Pack up and move on. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from near the main Godstone. The same boys so curious about the dead dredge before are shrieking and pointing. For a moment you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over you. A let pushes past and gasps. Stop! Shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hands searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. Dredge is a woman?
We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time? Leaving them to die?
Oh god. In war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these Dredge the whole way. Why are the women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, aghast. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. Darkness, something black is covering the world, and the Dredge are running from it, just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end.
Ivor, you knew? Why? Why didn't you say something?
This isn't the time. When I was young, I killed one of the Sunder during the Second Great War. We called it Rays. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them, push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the Varl, stumbled upon the Rays deep in a snowstorm, alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind, her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed a Sunder. When I found my way to Grofheim, the Varl wanted to make me Kender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skoger, where no one knew what I had done.
The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. Well, for a long time nobody says a thing until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby? She asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature swarming before you.
It's coming with us, I guess.
You argue strongly for showing mercy and humanity. Some of the women in the caravan hesitantly agree to take in the Dredge infant, while others are furious about bringing it along. Not long afterwards, one of the women comes to you. Its swaddling was being held by this, she says, giving you a hairpin that looks distinctly undredge-like. An inscription on the silver almost slips your notice. Persevere.
From the goddess herself, if you ask me.
The goddess herself, if you ask me, the woman tells you.
Vadrun Silver Brooch.
Achievement unlocked, Godstone Ingrid. Well, let's go on and keep starving to death, then. Life's good. Things are great here. We're all having a great time. I bet that pin is like level 6, which is probably the level I'm supposed to be right now, in order to survive the end of the game. You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the Varl, from the area that Varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in the corner of a meat house than battling a Sunder?
I'd rather be known for not dying.
I don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the Dredge, they follow you into the hills, get lost, now they're not following you.
When you did this 100 times, did they have Bellower leading them?
Ever heard about the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Both Varl halt their debate when suddenly you notice you watching.
What's this about?
Careful, my friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors are just noting that there's a damn good number of Dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be the oldest Varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more Varl, Krumer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me.
Old rivalry you've got here.
Comments like that remind me I've already wasted too much time doing nothing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, coming in, Var? You could ask Bellower for your arm back.
I don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now.
Alright then, I'll tell Hatterborg you said hello. Krumer and a good many Varl warriors head out towards the growing army of Dredge.
Is he going to come back? He always has before.
This time it feels different, I fear. Well, so much for all our Varl. Except for 12, who are probably going to die right now. No, they'll die shortly, I'm sure. Where the hell are we? Come on, map. Oh, we're still a ways away. We're still a ways away. Well, onwards, I suppose. We'll just keep dying. Maybe we'll take a break on day 110. You notice most of the Varl pacing while others sleep. Their brief conversations with each other and other clansmen grow shorter and sharper. "Go away!" roars one Varl at a young girl asking too many questions. All the clansmen stop and stare. Break the tension by making a joke? "I think you just ruined her dream of marrying a Varl boy," you say, timing your smile just right. The giant grins and throws back his head with a booming laughter. Other Varl join in the mirth, and the caravan feels a bit uplifted for it. The giant explains, "We live in the north for its space. Endless miles of snow, ice, mountains, fields, space to be alone. But here there is no time for such things." Understanding slowly trickles through the caravan, relieving some of the tension. Not much, though. We need to take a rest day, I think. Oh, let's talk to her. "I don't know if we've ever spoken. I'm Nid, you're Rook, I know. We've actually been traveling together for a long time. Isn't it strange how you can be so close to people and not know them? Every day I pass people I swear I've never seen before. I wanted to thank you for letting me join you." "Have you always been such a good shot?" "Honestly, I never even tried before Oddleaf made me. Spent my whole life making clothes, cleaning. Oddleaf's good, but I don't think it was all her doing. It feels right. Just look where I want it to go. Anyway, I feel better. The caravan, the people worrying all day and making problems. Sometimes they really stew in their misery. I'm glad I can do something helpful." "Where are you from?" "I don't think you're from Skogar. I knew most of the people there." "No, I had a house in Frostfeller, but we were driven out when the Dredge started to show up. My husband died trying to protect our home. My sons and I were thrown out into the fields."
"I'm sorry."
"Eccle's men killed my husband. Now Eccle is traveling with us. For a long time I was angry. Why did he get to live? Why did you decide for the rest of us?" We look away momentarily, not sure what to say. "But I've let it go. I have 3 sons. I don't want them to grow up with hatred in their hearts. That's why I wanted to thank you."
"You're welcome. I should be going."
"Don't think anything of it. We all have our own problems to deal with. Let me know if you need me to put an arrow in something." She turns to her tent where her boys are waiting for her. 3 boys on her own. Ouch. Well, I don't know. I kind of want to put her in the mix. See what'll happen if we do. Now, having Oddleaf at level 3 makes me less want to do that, but I think we should give it a shot. Why not? Right? Why not? Alright, well, I'm going to take a break, so until the next time, all the best. That didn't help morale at all.